Hello there dear YouTube friends. In this video I'll be teaching you guys on how to make this 3D looking glass morphism in HTML and CSS. So in order to code just like this we need to have like a online editor. So yeah, let's just start making one, and so let's go ahead and open an online editor called p5.js. So it's an online web editor and it's free to use, and yeah, you can try it out also as well. And in this particular web editor, let's go ahead and start make a new one here, make a new file here. So it's already opened new sketched. So let's go ahead and yeah, actually you can calibrate through these three files. We have HTML, CSS and JavaScript file, and in this case we won't be using JavaScript at all, so it's just HTML and CSS. So let's go ahead to index.html first. So in index.html, actually you can see here there's a thing called script, which actually refers to the JS file, which we won't be using it at all, so just remove it. And in the style.css, and yeah, you can just keep it as it is. So let's go ahead and go to HTML here. So in order to have creative glass morphism, first of all, of course, we need to have a good looking background. So in this case we have implemented a circle. Yeah, it's actually a ball. So let's make a ball for the first as a first layer. So go ahead and make a division. So the class is yeah, we can name it ball for now and close it. Okay, so this is the layer. This is the one that's going to be the ball layer. So in the style.css, let's make a layer called call ball and open the parenthesis. And in order to have a ball, we need to have actually yeah, the width and the height. Yeah, that's the thing that makes a ball. So let's give width to be 240 pixels would do. That's the default one, and as well as the height, let's give the height as 240 as well. And yeah, sorry. Okay, so next up, let's actually give a background color of the ball that we are actually making. So just give like a sample color for now. Let's give it white. Okay, so let me just remove the one that's already been there. We won't be needing it at all. So okay, so this is this is the first layer, which is happened to be a rectangle for now. So in order to make it into a ball, we need to have a border. So border radius is the one that can be used to shape it look like a circle. So I would like to give it 100%, so that it becomes a perfect circle. Next up, I would like to give it I would like to have the background, which is now is actually white. I like to make it an actual color, which is it's going to be like a gradient color. So background, type background here, and linear gradient. So linear gradient, and this is actually just works the same like in the Photoshop. All you have to do, you just have to the first element of this particular function, linear gradient function, we need to give it the degree, the angle. So I want to give 15 degrees. So that makes this makes a cross layer here. So it starts from here and ends here. So 315 degree. Next up, I want to use a first color, which happens to be a red color. Yeah, let's go ahead and give a red color. Good looking. Okay, that's a good looking one. And yeah, copy this and paste it here. So this is the red color that we have wanted to introduce from. And first we have to make this to be 0%, so that it doesn't actually covers the whole circle with red. It just ends with red, it doesn't covers the whole thing with red. So this is the ending color. So I'd like to also have the starting color, which happens to be orange. So in order to have this orange color, we just need to copy this and Okay, let's copy this color and go to, just paste it here. This is orange, and give the percentage to be 100%. Or you can actually you don't actually need to be keep it giving it 100%. Actually, I can reduce it to 70. That would do. Okay, you can see there's like more of orange, or you can actually give it uh, a bit more. 75 would do. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for the background. And yeah, before finishing it with the background, let's make this ball to be in the center of this canvas, the most center. So that, in order to position the ball to be in the center, we need to give a margin. So margin 0 auto. So margin 0 auto just makes it to be aligned center, but right now I want it to be in the most center, so I'll have to give it 70 pixels would do. Yeah, in that case it will just push it a bit down from here. Okay, right now actually we are done with the background, which is happens to be the ball. So next we need to have the glass plane, the glass card itself. So let's go to HTML again, back, and make another class just for the card, which is what we're gonna do. It's called let's make it card and close it. Okay, this is the card that we're gonna build right now. So it's just inside the ball layer. So let's go back to style again and create a dot card and open parenthesis. So this is going to be the card, which happens to be a rectangular card. So in order to build a card, we're going to be using the same like approach that we have just used here. First we're going to use width and height. So width first, which I want to give it a thinner width, which happens to be 170 pixels. And the height, I would like to give it more than the circle, so 300 pixels. Height 300 pixels. And wait, let's give some temporary color. In this case, I'll give it a white. Okay, that will do. So as you can see here, the rectangular layer is formed right, well, actually not actually in the center, but a bit off the center. So I would like to make it to be very just right above the circle. So in order to do that, I want to give a margin, same thing, auto. So margin 0 auto just makes it to the center. And yeah, as you can see here, it's kind of imbalanced covering the background. So as you can see here, it's like more and this is less. So in order to do that, I want to give it a position, relative, and top goes to negative 30 pixels. So yeah, this case you can see here it covers the whole ball, and equally from the top from the bottom. So yeah, that's the thing that we have wanted to create. So next we can actually start make this particular object to look like a glass plane itself. So in order to have a glass plane effect, we need to have like a gradient, yeah, just like the one that we did in the Photoshop. So background, linear gradient, okay. So linear gradient. So first of all, we need to have the first element has always been the angle of the gradient you wanted to do. So I want to give it a 135 degree. So 135 degree is just something just from here to here, from this side to that side. And next is the color. So let's go ahead and start picking some colors here. So the first color happens to give it white. So 255, 255, 255. So RGB 255, 255, and I like to reduce the opacity to 0.3%. At 0.3. So 0.3 is the one that wait, let me just comment this part. so that it actually, you can actually see it. um, okay, now man, just keep it for now. Just okay, so this is the first part of the gradient. We give it 0% so that it starts from the 0. And next up, let's give another color, which is wait, let me just go here and just pick a 120 120 120. So this is actually a gray color. So this gray is happens to be the one that actually separates the white and the black, which becomes this intermediate color between the black and the white. So 120 120 120. So that's one that's going to be the second color, RGB 120 0, and I'll have to give the opacity to be 30%. And yeah, I have to remove this commas here, which we won't be needing it, because it's a division. We're gonna divide it by 30% so that it actually looks like a yeah, like, yeah, as you can see here, it's like this is how it's gonna look like. This is halfway done. So from here we can actually give the third color, and the third color I would like to give it first, before that, let's make this to be 42%, so that, okay, now let's go ahead and start the final color. Let's go ahead and pick 50 50 50. So it's like a very dark, even more darker color, which happens to be 50 50, and then go ahead and make the color 50 50 50. And let's go ahead and, yeah, we can actually, we won't be needing this yeah, comma. We don't be needing this comma. And then let's divide it by 30%, and which actually gives the which actually reduces the opacity. And then also it's the one that starts the color of the gradient. So yeah, as you can see here, we have given three colors, which is the angle. It's the angle. The first color is 255, which is a white. Next is the gray color. This is the second color. Third one is actually the darkest color. So there's three colors here, because that's how gradients are made. So next up, let's go ahead and yeah, after we have given this gradient, we can actually add some blurry effect, which actually gives the one of the most important properties of a glass. So in order to have a blurry effect, we need to type backdrop. So backdrop is the one that actually backdrop filter, by the way. So backdrop filter, inside it we can actually add a function called blur. So blur is actually a function. So in it we can actually give 10 pixels of blurriness, and yeah, as you can see here, it's actually being blurring the background. Okay, that's how the background blur filter is done. Next up, let's add some yeah, the border is not, the border radius is not given yet. So border radius, and just give it around like 20 pixels would do. Okay, 20 pixels. And next up, let's add the final one, which happens to be the stroke, which happens to be the outline of this particular card. So with that outline, not to get the outline, we can also use border, just border. And in border, let's make the thickness of this outline to be 2 pixels, and yeah, it has to be a solid color. And I like to give the color to be with RGB. Let's give it white first. 255 255 255. Okay, this is the outline. So, and then let's give it let's reduce some of its opacity by reducing it by 40%. And yeah, we shouldn't be using this comma as well. No commas. And there you have it. This is your outline, the good looking outline, just for when you have reduced the opacity. And as well as, I would like to transform this particular glass plane to be a bit rotated towards the about -20, like to the northwest side, which is we can use transform this case, and rotate. Yeah, that's the function that we're gonna use. And inside the rotate function we can give like a negative 20 pixels. That would do. Sorry, it's not pixels, it's actually degrees. Yeah, that's how it's being rotated. So as you can see here, it's being rotated towards the northeast northwestern side. So yeah, I think that's all for the editing part. So yeah, that's it. There you have it. This is your Glass Morphism in HTML and CSS. And yeah, thank you guys for watching throughout this whole entire video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope we'll be meeting in the next upcoming videos.